Thanks for being here. We're preparing to play Troy. Questions? I could feel my feet there. Obviously, our team couldn't feel their feet. We were out-toughed, out-rushed for 469 to 8.
Following the performance against Appalachian State, how has the team looked in practice this week? Have they shown the toughness that you hope to see?
They're working hard. They're working hard. And so until they go and play on a Saturday, the vision I have in my mind of them right now is that we're a mentally soft football team and a physically soft football team, and we have to prove otherwise on Saturdays. We've had good practices and gone out and got beat. We've had poor practices and gone out and gotten beat. We've had good week of practice against Abilene Christian and won. So, again, it comes down to preparing the best that you can mentally and physically during the week and having great preparation and going out and being tough on Saturdays.
Did you have any sense that that was coming on Saturday? Practice or walkthrough or anything?
I didn't like our Friday practice. I didn't like it at all. Allison knows that. She was there. I thought once they had a sense of the weather, I think some of them were defeated before they went.
When you sense that on Friday, I mean, as a coach, is there anything you can do to try to get their focus back or any tactic or anything?
Oh, I did about every tactic you could possibly think of. Picture this. Imagine the manager coming out and getting into it and kicking dirt over home plate and getting booted from the game, or the basketball coach taking a technical on purpose. Friday, before we went to Appalachian State, I took a technical, and I was kicked out of the game. And we did everything we could we had a sense when we got to pregame and things that the weather was it played a major role in their mind. That's not to take anything against Appalachian State, give them all the credit. They were a much tougher football team than us. They're a tougher program than us, and our kids did not come with the right frame of mind once they got into that weather and competed like you're supposed to in football.
Considering that 2 of the 3 previous performances were also likely unsatisfactory from an effort standpoint.
Well, I don't believe that. That's not true. You've never heard me say that. I thought that our kids didn't perform very well against Arkansas State because they were feeling sorry for themselves for losing the game at Louisiana Lafayette. Okay. But Georgia Southern just beat us. Okay. Our kids played hard. Our kids played well on offense. We couldn't stop the run, and schematically we didn't, as coaches, didn't do a good job putting them in position to stop the option. But I have no problem whatsoever of the effort and how hard our kids played against Georgia Southern. We got beat by a better program and a better football team. I mean, there's no, that right there get my blood boiling. Okay. We've had one game this year where going in, and it wasn't that we didn't play hard against Arkansas State, is this that we went in with the woe is me. I explained what happened against Arkansas State, and it proved true because the next week we went and played and got that. We allowed against Arkansas State. I'm not saying we would have beat Arkansas State. They're one of the best teams in the conference, but we're better than 52-10. We allowed Louisiana Lafayette to beat us twice in 1 week, and then that's what happened in that game. I'm very disappointed in Appalachian State because of the toughness standpoint. That's it. But there's been no game that our kid you could ever look at our film and say our kids didn't play hard, or so that one right there. You want to knuckle up? Let's go.
Any injury updates?
No, Joe Peterson's still doubtful. Tanner Strickland is done for the season.
What can you say?
Neck injury.
So Joe Pete's now doubtful. Yesterday you didn't think he was going to play, but now there's a possibility.
Well, doubtful means I don't think he's going to play.
Okay.
That's what doubtful means. If we're trying to put it in the probable, questionable, doubtful, Keith Rucker's out. He still has concussion symptoms. Joe Peterson is seriously doubtful. I mean, he's got a high ankle sprain. and it's usually 4 to 6 weeks before you recover from a high ankle sprain. It's only been 2.
Yeah, okay.
We're trying to get him back for Texas State.
Is Cherador, is he got a red shirt?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kyler Neal and McKindy Cherador are redshirting.
because there was a chance he could come back. That's why.
No.
Okay.
No. He had to go in and have a second procedure.
Right.
So, in the long run, it would work good. Again, we're building a program. We're just into the second season of building a program. Nobody likes to hear that, but I'm a realist. I've told them when I came here it's going to take a while, and the best thing that can happen to this program is guys like Kyler Neal and McKindy Cherador getting a chance to redshirt and be true or redshirt sophomores next year. It doesn't help us this year, but again, we're building this program to be successful for many years to come, just like we did at the past place we were. They were left in a very good situation the way it was built, and they're probably going to be a playoff team this year. We hope so. We left them really good, and that's how we're building this program. That's about a 5-year project, folks. So the best thing that can happen is that McKindy and Kyler Neal redshirt and do not come back this year, and they'll be sophomores next year, and we'll continue to add more depth and more size and get another year in the weight room with these kids, and hopefully we add more toughness.
Is John Bart, is he going to try to come back?
I don't know. He still has to have a surgery. He had a surgery to do something with the screws and things, but he's got to have another actual repair of the ACL. It'll be the third one on his same knee. So I don't know. Those aren't good odds. But he wants to. He's a great young man.
He does want to.
Oh yeah, he wants to, but can he physically? Tyler Nemick has retired due to his knee, and is now going to be a student assistant coach with us. We announced that to the team today. He's a wonderful young man, very intelligent, Mick, a great coach, great kid, and we're glad to have him wanting to be involved in everything. He just can't physically. He's already had 2 knee operations on the same knee, so he can't physically do it anymore.
Kite Dallas, any update on him?
No. I do not foresee Kite being able to play football again. But again, I'm not a doctor,
Right.
nor am I his family that makes that decision. If I have to protect young men and protect the program, but if they're medically cleared, it just it's been quite a while since he's been able to play because of concussions, and I'm not an expert on concussions. I just know that goes over to the Bob Murphy area, and I don't mess with it. We do communicate.
Coach, talk about the relationship with Larry Blakeney as he's getting ready to retire this year.
Larry Blakeney is a friend of mine. I love Coach Blakeney. My first experience meeting Coach Blakeney, I was an assistant at Notre Dame, and during spring they had a golf tournament in Memphis area in Tunica, Mississippi. The St. Jude's raised money for St. Jude's in Memphis, and they invite a lot of the heavy hitter coaches, and Ty Willingham could not attend, so that was my recruiting area, so he sent me, and I had a chance to spend a couple days and kind of gravitated towards Coach Blakeney and Woody Woodenhofer and oh, my guy, old Kentucky coach. No. Slung it around.
Mummy.
Hal Mummy was on there, and Barry Alvarez and Gunnar Brewer and a bunch of guys. And I had a chance to meet Coach Blakeney, and he's been great to me ever since. And every time we're at Sun Belt meetings, whether it be in the spring or preseason, Coach Francione and Coach Blakeney and I tend to migrate towards each other, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for him and what he's done. I've seen that program go from Division II to 1AA to now to Division I, and win many championships. And if you watch their film and you look at the end zone copy, and you see a flash to the scoreboard, just below the scoreboard, you see where it says Sun Belt Champions 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that says enough about Coach Blakeney. 26 years at one spot and taking that program to 3 different levels, and winning consistently at all. It says everything about him and just the type of person he is. He's a great guy, and I've got nothing but the utmost respect for him, and I can't wait to see him on Saturday.
What similarities do you see between his team and your team this year?
Record. About it. They got some good-looking kids running around on that field. I don't know why that they were, there's a lot of similarities, I guess, because they've played not in style of play, but in their scheme. But they played South Alabama at South Alabama, and it was a close game. They lost really close on the road against Louisiana Monroe, like we lost at Louisiana Lafayette. They've had a couple games where they wish they had back, like Appalachian State. I think Appalachian State beat them 53-14. They beat us 44-0. So there's some similar deals. We both played Abilene Christian. It's funny. They beat Abilene Christian. We beat Abilene Christian. They beat New Mexico State. We lost to New Mexico State. It's just weird. They beat somebody that beat us, and we beat somebody that beat them. And then we've all lost to the other people. So, that's similar when it comes to records and maybe some scores, but, they've got a lot of talent. They're just in I don't know. I can't speak for them. I can only speak for my team and trying to make my team not be soft.